Again, welcome to everyone for tuning in to the fourth info session of our summer series. Today is a special session just for our student athletes. So as a reminder, all of our info sessions are recorded and posted on our orientation website. This session will be uploaded later this afternoon. Today we are joined by Caltech Athletics, Recreation, and Instruction, also known as ARI for short. And our colleagues over in ARI will be sharing information for student athletes. So as incoming student athletes, you all play such an important role on campus. You bring the energy, the leadership, the school spirit, both in and out of your sport competitions. We know that balancing academics and athletics isn't easy, but you've got a whole team of administrative staff and coaches here to support you along the way. So with that, I'll turn it over to my colleague Terry, and I'll pop back in at the end to share some upcoming reminders. So Terry, take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Isabel, and welcome, Techers. It's so good to have you with us, and I'm so honored to be able to represent you as your athletic director. My name is Terry Toomey. I've been here for about a year, and I have truly fell in love with Caltech and what Caltech represents. And just like you, I am very, very honored and lucky to have an amazing staff with me that helps support us as we move forward in as ambassadors for Caltech. So before I begin, what I'll do is I'll start with a little bit of talking about our agenda for today and what we're going to be discussing, and then from there we'll go into some introductions. So our first topic, of course, will be the welcome and the introductions that which we're doing currently, which will be very quick and brief. Of course, there'll be definitely ways in which you can contact individuals following the presentation, but you'll find there's a host of people here to support you. Next, we'll talk about being a Caltech student and what all that represents here. Our coaches will go through that with you. After that, we'll go through the support systems, as we know that being a student here takes a tremendous amount of support for our students from an academic vantage point, but it also happens to have the same type of effect from an athletics vantage point in terms of all the different things that are necessary for you to be your best and represent the institution. And finally, we'll have some pre-participation requirements that will be defined for you, talking about all the different things that are necessary prior to you entering campus. So with that being said, we will go to our topic number one, which is, of course, the introductions. I've already introduced myself, but I'd like to turn it over now to our Associate Director for Recreation and Membership, Heather.
Hi, everyone. My name is Heather Morgan. I'm the Associate Director. Areas that I cover are recreation, membership, and physical education courses.
Next would be Vincent.
He might have just got kicked off. He
He,
hopefully will be back on in a second.
all right, we're going to go to our next fifth.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm Sarah Bean. Hi, everyone. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director for Sports Medicine and Performance and the Head Athletic Trainer.
Hi, everybody. My name's Nick Harvey. I'm the Associate Athletic Trainer.
Hi everyone, my name is Ivory Estrada and I am the Assistant Athletic Trainer.
Welcome, new Beavers. Brian Melblom here, Director of Sports Information. I handle game day, broadcasts, the website, basically anything communications related.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Scott Wilson, and I'm the head coach for women's soccer.
Hello everyone, I'm Kelly Blake, the head cross country and track and field coach.
Hi guys, I'm Chelsea Groves and I'm the assistant cross country track and field coach.
Hi there, I'm Tom Gardner and I'm the head volleyball coach. Hello, everyone. I'm John Bonafetti. I coach the men's and women's water polo teams.
Hi, I'm Alice Lindsay. I'm the interim head coach for men's and women's swim and dive.
Hi, everyone. I'm Adam Clark. I am the head men's tennis coach.
Hello, new techers. I'm Rachel Violet. I'm the head women's tennis coach, and I've been here for about 6 months. So I'm new, just like you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Frank Kraska. I'm the head baseball coach here at Caltech.
And I do think we have a Vince again. Ivory, you got him over there? Your camera's off. Yep.
Oh, blurred. Hold on.
There he is.
I don't know how, but here's just pop.
Vince, lean in, Vince. There you
I'm
go.
the equipment manager, Caltech.
And we do have one other new coach, Jonah, if you want to hop in there too.
Who is it?
Oh, we have Jonah Reynolds, our new dive coach.
Oh, there he.
I'm a student. I'm a student.
Oh, you are? I
Yeah.
thought you were. I'm
Sorry.
so sorry.
It would be good, fun to be a coach, but I don't know if I'm qualified for that yet.
Our new coach is also named Jonah, so that's fun.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, with that, Jonah, you're an honorary coach right now. How about that? All right. So with that, we're going to go to our second part of our presentation, which is being a Caltech student athlete. Well, I'll turn it to our coaches.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly again. I'm here to talk about move-in and per diem and day-to-day life. In terms of moving in, so if you are in a sport that competes in the fall, then you'll be moving in early. The kind of exceptions to that statement, I guess, are for swim, dive, and tennis. You have competitions in the fall, but you'll be moving in, on my understanding, the same day that first year orientation begins. So if you're coming for early move-in in the fall, you'll receive an email from housing about a week before move-in with your housing assignment, instructions for move-in day. Typically, you need to arrive during business hours on move-in day, go to the Center for Student Services where the housing office is. Usually they have tables set up outside, weather dependent, where you can pick up your ID, and your ID will give you access to your house and to your dorm. So all of those should be in the email instructions from housing. But if you have any questions, as the time gets closer, if you haven't gotten an email, any of that good stuff, just reach out to your coach and we can make sure that that email is coming. If you're not moving in early, it should be easy. I'm sure that everyone involved in first year move-in will have that on lockdown. But if you are coming early, it can be a little bit tricky. Just make sure that you have sent in your ID picture. That's like a very, you're doing a bunch of tasks, getting ready for Caltech, and just make sure you've sent in an ID picture so that they can have the ID printed and ready when you go. Because if you haven't sent in the ID picture, they're not going to print your Caltech ID, and there will be a delay getting your card for move-in. And if you are delayed and aren't able to pick up your ID, just make sure you're communicating with your coach, right? Maybe we can go pick it up for you or something like that. We can make sure that you're still able to move in, even if your travel plans are delayed. In terms of per diem, so per diem is a small-ish amount of money that you get each day for being here on campus to offset food costs specifically, right? Because especially in the fall, the meal plan hasn't started yet, so you can't be swiping your ID. So Lisa Beach, who's our department administrator, she sends that payment in 2 installments for the fall group, and I think 1 installment for the winter and spring break groups if you're here over those academic times. And so you'll get an email from Lisa saying, hey, your per diem is coming. JP Morgan's going to send you an email, and then you'll get an email from JP Morgan saying, accept your money. And it's very important that you accept your money in whatever the time frame allotted, because every year some students don't accept the money that we're providing them. It just sits there in their email. So make sure you hit accept from the JP Morgan email when Lisa sends you a notification that that's coming your way. And then your participation at practice is required to receive the per diem. So that's an NCAA rule. That's not something we are, we're not trying to be strict on that front. The NCAA says we can provide you a per diem if you're participating in practice. So, your coach will be kind of aware if you're there or not. And if there's going to be a conflict time, especially during the fall, there's like a long preseason time where you might need to go to your sister's wedding or whatever, right? Just like be communicating those conflict days with your coach so that everyone's on the same page about what your attendance will be. Off days don't count. So like if there's a team sponsored off day, you still get the per diem for that day. And if you go on a travel trip as a team, then obviously your coach is covering, the school and your coach are covering meals during that time on your travel trip. So you don't get per diem for those days. So that's a little bit about per diem. Lisa's very good about sending detailed instructions. So as long as you read the email, you should be good to go on that front. And then in terms of day-to-day life, the main thing I'll say is just your coach will provide you a schedule. And, other than that, you might have some unstructured time over those breaks. But if when in doubt, just reach out to your coach about what the schedule is. Thanks, everyone.
Kelly, you're on a roll. Don't you want to just keep going?
I gave the detailed explanation of everything.
There we go. No, hi, everyone. It is Adam Clark again. I'm going to talk a little bit about what your role on the team is hopefully going to look like, and touch a little bit on kind of expectations and hopefully experience here at Caltech. So I think first and foremost, the note is connect with your coach. And that is like your number one go-to source for as much information that you might be questioning as possible during this transition, right? We know that we're throwing a lot of information at you and there's going to be a lot of deadlines. So just reach out to your individual coach for your sport and know that there is no such thing as a bad question or a dumb question. We are literally here to help. So like that last point says, we want to make this a positive experience for you on the team throughout your 4 years here at Caltech. And the only way that we can really help you, one, during your transition, but then also while you're here and going through your day-to-day life, is if you tell us what it is that you need. So we have all experienced a wide array of situations. I'm not going to say everything here at Caltech because every year I feel like something new always pops up for all of us. But we've seen a lot of different things. And so we can help you try to navigate as best we can to make this balance work for you. We understand that you all enjoy playing your sport. We want you to participate. And so just let us know what it is that you need. And so that's really going to tie back into our expectations, hopefully, of your team culture, and what you can give us on the team is coming in with a really positive attitude, wanting to be there and be present every single day, hopefully create long-lasting relationships with the people on your team. We know that Caltech is going to be challenging, so this is going to be an extra built-in support system for you that can help you navigate the daily challenges that you are going to get thrown your way. So at the end of the day, everybody here in ARI, all of us coaches, support staff, we really want to see you succeed. So I think the biggest thing is just please never feel like you can't reach out to us and ask those questions, tell us what you need. Otherwise, we will probably be the ones that are hounding you, and we will reach out relentlessly to make sure that you're doing okay. And if you're missing any of these deadlines, we're probably going to reach out to you then too to make sure that you can get all that information in. So just reach out to us on the front end and let us know how we can help. But yeah, welcome to Caltech, and excited to meet everybody on campus in the fall.
Hello again, everyone. I'm going to talk a few minutes about what recreational opportunities we have here on campus. So we do have a wide variety of things that you can participate in, not only our sports teams, but we do group fitness classes. We do a lot of introduction classes. So if you don't know how to do certain lifts or you don't know where something is within the weight rooms, we offer tours and everything there. We also offer a lot of different recreational programs like leagues throughout the year. Some of these are one day, some of these run throughout the term. Something that you should also take part in or what we call inter-house intramurals. As you go through orientation week, you'll learn about rotation and find out what house that you'll be living in. And once you do that, we start the inter-house intramurals. And these are competitions amongst the houses, vary in different sports, everything from dodgeball to ultimate frisbee, to I believe we're bringing floor hockey back this year. So I highly encourage you to take part in those. As well as there's opportunities for you to participate in PE. If you are doing a sport, you can get your PE credit that way. But if you'd like to take additional courses, we do offer things like Pilates, yoga, yard games. Those are probably some of our most popular classes that we offer, especially the long games one. So I'd encourage you, if you've got a little bit of spare time, take one of those PE classes. That's also a great way to get out and meet other students and just create a healthy habit.
Thank you so much, Heather. And I'd like to thank all my colleagues, of course, for talking about what it's like to be a Caltech student athlete. One point of clarification, during Coach Blake's conversation, she mentioned the name Lisa. That's Lisa Beach, and she's our finance and operations manager. So you'll hear Lisa's name quite often once you arrive here on campus. So definitely a person to know. So next, I'd like to turn it over to Brian.
Hello again. Again, Brian, Sports Information Director here. Just a quick notes about the bullets on this slide here. Go ahead, feel free to bookmark these links I just sent to everyone in the chat. Quick explanation of all these. Flow Sports is our live streaming provider for our home and most of our away games. So I'll be responsible for the production of all of our home broadcasts, and all of our SCIAC opponents also have the same expectations as part of the conference's media rights deal with them. Some away games will also be on Flow Sports. Other times it might be something different, and I'll link those to each team's schedule. Everything can be found on the jumping down a bit on the website of the composite calendar. But go caltech.com under varsity sports on the top left. You can find all the different teams. There will be links to their schedules, rosters, other stats and news archives, things like that. As information changes, the most up-to-date info will be on the website. We'll try to blast it on socials as well. But signing up through the link provided, as opposed to just flowsports.tv or Flow College, will provide you a SCIAC discount. I believe, I know it's for 12 months, a year subscription. It may apply to the month-to-month. Not certain about that. I will say there's a lot of additional content besides just SCIAC games on there that might be worth your interest if you're into other sports than just the ones we compete. Pretty self-explanatory there, but if not, feel free to reach out to me at the email address there. That's really all there is to it. Go caltech.com, and we'll get those schedules up very soon. This roster's to follow.
Thank you so much, Brian, for all of that information. Once again, the websites are on the chat, and now we'll turn it over to Sarah.
Hi, everyone. So I'm going to go through a little bit of sports medicine, which is what I oversee, and then we'll go into the pre-participation requirements that you have all been emailed, I think, last week, and we can just want to make sure that you guys know what you're looking for and if we can help at all. So first, there are 3 of us on staff, 3 athletic trainers. We have Ivory and Nick, who you were introduced to earlier. And we also work very closely with our team physician, Dr. Long, who is our medical director over at Student Wellness Services. If you attended the session on Monday, they did their presentation then. I think she touched base on it just a little bit. But our offices work really closely together and work really well to make sure that all of your healthcare needs are taken care of. And we are here literally for you guys. We only treat and are able to accommodate for student athletes. So we are your healthcare resource on campus. So if you're having a hard time or if you can't get into the health center, we usually ask that you come let us know what's going on, just so that we can help you navigate the system and be a little bit of an extra resource, knowing that there are different timelines that student athletes need to abide by, or just anything that could be going on. So you'll hear from your coaches and you'll see us, day one before practices. But if you have anything going on coming in, it's always helpful to let us know. Or if there's anything that you'd just like to chat about, you can always send us an email. And again, all those will be available and sent to you later. And it should be also included in the email that was sent out last week. Going into pre-participation requirements. So hopefully you guys all got your emails last week. If you didn't, please let me know. You can send me an email at sbean@caltech.edu or email our sports medicine department at sportsmed@caltech.edu. But in that email, it kind of goes over all of the things that are going to be due on July 29th, which is the same deadline for the student wellness services requirements as well. So if you're seeing that date a lot, we're really trying to align it so that you just have one date you need to pay attention to. For our pre-participation requirements for athletics, there's two components. So that first component is the NCAA compliance component. And that you're going to use the Front Rush website. As of right now, the forms aren't live. They get sent straight from the NCAA and they haven't sent them out yet. So hopefully within the next week or so, we'll start seeing that come up. And once you do, you'll hear from your coaches, you'll hear from me that they've been posted, and you can go in, log in, fill out all of those forms. The other thing that you can do right now is register for your NCAA ID. So again, in that email, and then also on our website, under pre-participation requirements, there's a link to the NCAA website where you just create a profile and you get your NCAA ID. That'll be asked of you in one of the bio forms that you'll need. But moving forward, every student athlete will need one. So it is something that you can do right now. You don't have to wait until the other forms are ready. And then for the medical side, this is our second component for pre-participation requirements. That is the piece that I'm hoping you're working on right now. I know some of you already have, so thank you for doing that. All of the medical requirements are going to go through the health portal, the same one that you utilize for student wellness services. So again, trying to keep everything kind of in one place for you, keep it a little bit easier. The biggest thing to note is that if you haven't scheduled your physical exam yet, I really encourage you to do that now. Wait times are extending, and can take over a month, and all of that will be due by July 29th. If you have an issue with that, please let your coach know. Please let us know. We can help you guys navigate that a little bit and figure out timelines or if any extensions are needed. And then the medical paperwork that you'll need is in that portal again under optional forms. So when you're going in and filling out, your insurance information and your emergency contacts and everything else that's needed for the student wellness service side of things, please feel free to go into that optional forms and look at forms 1 through 7 for athletics. And those are the forms we'll need from you that are signed. Just a note that the first form, if you're over 18, there's one form for you. And then if you're under 18, there's a second form for you that your parents will need to fill out. So if you are coming in and you're going to be under the age of 18 by the time you report to campus, please just note that there's a second form to number 1. If you have any questions about that, just let me know. We will need results, like copies of your results for sickle cell testing. I know that that's something that can take a little while as well. If you were born in the US, you already have them. It's just whether or not you can access those records. So when you go to your physical, hopefully you're going to your primary care provider, and you can ask them for those records there. Again, if you have issues with that, or if you're international and need to get the testing done, we can help facilitate that. So just let us know. Let us know that you need help with that, and we can send you some information. And this is just a friendly reminder that including athletics intake things, you'll want to make sure that your general institute intake health requirements are also done. So you should have gotten an email to that and from the health center directly. And then also there's a link to those requirements in the email that you received last week as well. I know there's a whole lot of information. Hopefully none of it is brand new. And if you haven't seen that email yet, please make sure you're checking your Caltech email. That's where all of the official emails should be going. And if you're not, let your coach know as soon as possible so we can get that information over to you. All right. any questions so far? You can feel free to throw them into the chat, or I think you can raise your hand on them, whatever you want to do. But while you guys think about that, what we're going to do next is we're going to go into breakout rooms. So if you're a fall student athlete, you're going to stay here in this main room. If you are a spring or winter student athlete, you're going to select your breakout room, and your coaches are going to go with you. If you're a dual sport athlete, pick the sport that you're going to be playing first when you're here. Okay. And this will just give you guys an opportunity to talk to coaches a little bit more directly, some Q&A that might be a little bit more sports specific, things like that. We'll have maybe a couple minutes at the end to reconvene all together, but this is really your opportunity to ask your questions and anything you might be wondering right now. All right, so while I create this breakout room, please feel free to start thinking of questions or throwing them in there. All right, so you should see a pop-up come up that says winter spring. If you are one of those student athletes or coaches, please feel free to select that so you can go into that breakout room. If you're on your phone, you might need to swipe to like another screen to get to the pop-up, but otherwise we'll do. And we will have about 15-20 minutes, which I just told Nick and Ivory too, so they're on track with that. All right. Awesome. Well, I'm going to get off of the mic now. I'm actually going to turn this over to Tom and John, along with Scott and Kelly, for our fall student athletes. And any students, feel free to chime in. Parents as well. We're happy to answer any questions.
Sarah, I think there might be a form question or a question about forms in the comments.
Oh, I just saw that. Okay, so there was one question. If we already did the 1B optional form, do you still need to do the 1A? Yes, please do. So even if you're 17 right now, but you're going to be 18 by the time school starts, please also fill out. If you filled out 1B, please also fill out 1A. The timeline should start when you report to school, so we'll just have both of them just in case.
All right, well, welcome to the fall sports breakout room. Our move-in day is the 19th of August. And I believe that is the case for all sports, but if not, I am assuming that the coach has communicated that with you. But on that day, like Kelly mentioned, you'll be able to pick up your room information and your ID card and get situated. Don't hesitate to lean on your teammates to help you out with that, the returning teammates, as far as what to expect. Helping you with any kind of moving, reach out to your coach with any problems, any questions, anything that you're wondering about. And then in case you're not already aware, you go through a period called rotation, where you will later on, when all the first year students come back, you'll go to all the houses, have a meal and an activity, and that's an opportunity for you to sort of decide where you feel most comfortable, what house you want to be in. So you'll actually move again. That's going to be the case with every first year student, because they'll all those who are coming back on the actual orientation day, they'll get a temporary room. So everyone's going to move again. So your room dimensions might be slightly different. Your layout might be slightly different. So, usually we recommend that you kind of hold off on your permanent room decor until you know where you're actually going to be for the rest of the year. Kelly, John, did I miss anything on that? No, must be good.
Well,
All
no,
right.
I was just Tom, I'll add something. Just it's a good advice not to totally finalize your decor of your room, but I do know that some of our players will go to the local Target that's right up the street and some of the other stores that are very close to kind of do some of that last minute shopping or get some of the things that you didn't bring, with you or things that you were going to just buy new when you get here. So that's very common that we have our student athletes do that.
Yeah, and that Target's walking distance, by the way. So unless you're buying something, big, you can easily walk there and grab it, come back. But a lot of our students do have cars, and you are allowed to have a car on campus. So, if you had something bigger, you're buying a dresser or something that you put together, you could, certainly get somebody to help you out with moving that. The volleyball team starts practices the morning of the 20th. And then, for the way we set things up, you come in a little early and set up, and we'll go over some of that first day stuff. Give you contact information if you don't already have it. Make sure that you have that safety net that we're all here to provide for you. So, if you feel any anxiety about the move and you want to talk with someone, if you have questions, you're not sure what to do, you're not sure where to go. Campus is disorienting at first, as is any new place. You get turned around, you get lost, you're not sure where things are. Just reach out. But that first day, is a great time to ask those questions, express those feelings, because there's a good chance that your teammates, your new teammates especially, are feeling them as well, and your returning teammates probably already did. So, it's not a time to be shy. It's a time to get the help that you need. I see a hand up, but I don't know I don't know how to do anything about that.
Yes, so Joel, do you want to unmute and ask your question, or feel free to put it in the chat? Otherwise, we do have another question that came into the chat. When the student athlete moves in on August 19th, will they be put up in a separate room or share with another incoming freshman or share with older returning teammates?
I don't actually have an answer on that. Housing is the one who assigns, and historically, I've had some students who have been roomed together. I've had others who have been roomed with another fall sport athlete, and then I've had even others who are just by themselves in a room. So I don't know the rhyme and reason to the way housing assigns. They generally try to limit the number of houses so that all of our fall, student athletes who are there for 5 to 6 weeks before other students come are in the same area, the same general vicinity. So, while we have 8 houses, they're not going to spread everybody around to where there's only one person in one house and you're in there by yourself. But I really can't answer the room assignment question.
Yeah, I can piggyback off of what Tom shared. So the housing office, they do make every effort to keep student athletes in their initially assigned housing assignment, at least during the 2-week temporary housing period. And so Tom is absolutely correct. We do have 8 houses. For the most part, the housing office tries to assign student athletes in certain areas so that there's a little bit more support in that proximity. But I will say all of our student housing systems, they all have RAs who are already living there throughout the summer. And so they are familiar with the facility, they're familiar with the campus, and they'll be able to assist you throughout. While moves are not common after your or as as the rest of campus moves in, they do occasionally occur due to accommodations or other special circumstances. So that's just something for you all to keep in mind. Again, the housing office, they do oversee that specific assignment process. We have an info session with our housing office this coming Monday or this coming Wednesday. So in a week from today, you're welcome to ask them a little bit more specifics in terms of how that assignment process works. But for the most part, we do try to keep our athletes as much as possible in one space so that you all are not moving too much.
Well, and I think to answer one part of the question, that you're rooming with another first year, not with a upperclassman.
Hi, everyone, welcome back. I heard the other group was going to join in and listen in over here. So again, open to all questions. Maybe another couple minutes or so. We still have some time, so anything you're wondering, feel free to throw into the chat. I know we have one raised hand, so feel free to just unmute and chat and talk as well. Just to quick recap a little bit, but the NCAA idea to get one question that I think would be good for everybody. If you already have one, you don't need to do another one. You only need one NCAA ID, and you'll fill that out in your buyout form when the Front Rush forms are available. And then you'll just want to keep that kind of handy or accessible at some point. Any other questions? Anything you're wondering about move-in, or a majority of our fall teams are moving in on the 19th, except for women's soccer, I believe is that Friday, right, Scott? Yeah, perfect. And then winter and spring will be later on during regular move-in orientation, except maybe tennis, which might be a little earlier potentially. If we don't have any other questions, again, please feel free to email your coaches or us. We'll throw in the sports medicine information down below in the chat as well. And thank you guys so much for joining us. I think Terry is popping back on right now. There they go.
Yes, I'm here. Are all the rooms back, Sarah? Great.
Everybody should be back.
Okay, everyone should be back. That's great. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay. So I know there was a lot of information given today in this initial Zoom. I think the best thing, of course, is the fact that you did get the websites that were dropped into the chat that'll have literally in the staff directory area, we'll have all of our contact information. So if there's any questions that you think of, or parents may think of, or loved ones may think of, once this call is over, please feel free to email us, connect with us, and we are here to be a resource for you. I think all of us here at Caltech and who have been here recognize what amazingly special people you are in terms of not only being able to navigate and be a part of this Caltech community, which is amazingly awesome, but the other piece is, of course, being able to wear the Caltech brand across your chest and represent us in competition. And so we are so honored and proud to be able to support you. So we look forward to seeing you in the fall. And if there's nothing else, I'd like to close this meeting. Anything else from anyone?
Isabel, did you have any general reminders?
Yeah, thank you, Terry, Heather, Sarah, and the whole team. I will say a quick note about mail codes. So your mail code is a code that you input for any packages or any mail. all of you have a unique mail code. And so your mail code will be emailed to you 2 weeks prior to your physical arrival to campus. So for any fall athletes, around August 5th timeframe is when you will expect to receive an email from our lovely Sabrina. You've seen her at all of the info sessions. And in that email, you will receive your unique mail code. At that point, when you receive your mail code is when you can start sending packages for any family members who want to send things over for your student in advance of their arrival. You're welcome to do that during that date. And then for all of our other athletes who are arriving with the rest of our incoming students, we'll be in touch later on in September to send your unique mail code. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, if there are any other questions that come up related to your physical arrival to campus, please feel free to reach out to your coaches. They're really, really great resources. So this concludes today's info session. Our next session is next Wednesday, July 8th at 12 to 1 p.m., so a week from today. And our housing office and residential experience team will be going through more information about what rotation entails. We've also invited the IHC chair, who is a student leader, to provide more information about rotation from a student perspective. As you all may know, rotation is very much a student-led process, and so the IHC is very much involved in planning that fun activity for you all, so we hope to see you there. Thank you for joining us today. A happy Canada Day to those who celebrate, and a happy early Independence Day for those who celebrate here. As a reminder, all of our student services offices will be closed starting 2 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow until Monday morning. So there may be a slight delay when it comes to hearing back from different offices if you do reach out over the long weekend, but we'll be sure to get back to you when we're back from the holiday weekend. So with that, please take care and we will see you next time. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go Tech.